Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Trust and Believe Nomad Cast starring me, Damon Anderson. I'm definitely glad to be here with you. And more importantly, I'm glad you're here with me as we spend a Wednesday morning together. Um, Talking about Way Back Wednesday. I have a unique story to tell about Way Back Wednesday. And it's regarding September 11th, 2001. I know that day is gone in terms of the days that's passed, but that day will always resonate with us as Americans, worldwide citizens, everyone. So I have a story to tell about that for Way Back Wednesday. But for opening remarks, my Tuesday was good to go. I trust everyone's Tuesday was good to go as well, safe and sound with no issues. My Tuesday was good. Enjoyed it, just continue to live each day and day. Uh, Something happened yesterday. My wife came home from work and she was like, babe, while we was having dinner, she was like, what do you think about us going ahead and pursuing and earning our master degrees? So first I was like, whoa, slow down. Let's for you, yeah, you may want to. For me, I don't know. Just a little history. Me and my wife, we completed and earned our associate's degree together when we were stationed at Fort Irwin, California, and we earned our bachelor's degree um, in Okinawa, Japan. Earned them, so we earned both of our degrees together. Our associates were the same college, and our bachelor's degree was from different colleges, but we still, did it together. And I was at the point I'm like I got an associate's and bachelor's. I'm done. But I think she wants to. Well, I know she wants to get her master's, and I'm definitely going to support that. But Damon Anderson, I don't know. I mean, that bachelor's kicked my butt. And then I also got to think back too when we was earning our associates and daggone bachelor's degree. That was doing military service and all the stressors that go along with that, trying to maintain a household, family, and all the other stressors in life. So you probably would think now, dude, you retired. Now you got all the time in the world to pursue that master's degree. But it's like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm enjoying this retired life, man. I enjoy being able to just do things on my time. So that's something, again, I don't know how I'm going to feel a month from now, a year from now. I may want to do it, but I think she really wants to dig into it. So I definitely going to support her on that. But as for me, I don't know. But again, that's my opening remarks. Again, like, subscribe, follow. You can follow me on Instagram at big_MSG_retired. You can follow me on Facebook at BigMSG74. And you can follow me on YouTube, Retired Master Sergeant 20. Like, follow, subscribe, and all the etc. And again, glad you guys are here with me. So let's go ahead and move on to Way Back Wednesday. Get into Way Back Wednesday. Again, as I said in my intro, the Way Back Wednesdays will be military related, family related, anything that deals with anything from the past, more or less. Whether it's good or bad, I think everything could be a storytelling, a teaching tool, so on and so forth. So this particular Way Back Wednesday, I'm going to talk about September 11th, 2001. And I know, as I stated earlier, on the calendar, September 11th is gone, but it will always, again, continue to resonate with us, those that was around during that time. And then much respect to the men and women who fought, who sacrificed, the first responders. Blessings on them, their family members lost loved ones. Just a tragic time. So I definitely, feel something in my heart, and I hope, everyone does feel something in their hearts as well about that. And before I even get to the story, I always think about the person that the first day, working at the World Trade Center, the first day at work, they going up there, or the person to get interviewed. You never know what you're walking into. I think about the person they called in sick that day, or the person that was on vacation, or the person that was running late. I guess when you add that up, you never know when it's the minute, the hour, the day, the month, the year. Try to live your life as best as you can. It's such a somber time. So, but I want to let's just move into way back Wednesday again, talking about it. So, September 11th, 2001. Me and my family, we were stationed in Hanau, Germany. The city is still there, but the military community is no longer there. The units either deactivated, rotated back to the States, or went to other locations within Germany and other places. So again, this was September 11, 2001, and I was a specialist promotable, getting ready to make the rank of Sergeant E5. I was specialist promotable at E4, and I was pulling 24-hour CQ, which is charge of quarters, is 24-hour duty. You're the direct representative, in the absence of the company commander and the first sergeant, so on and so forth. So I had me and I had my assistant person that was on duty. He was a junior enlisted. I think it was a PFC at the time. I don't really remember. But, I was filling the role of a non-commissioned officer as a specialist promotable, like, we all do. And got off duty, got ready. I briefed the incoming duty and, let them know, the standard and the whole nine, just like any typical person getting off duty. So I drive home, and where I was stationed at, I was on Underwood Concern, which is in Hanau, and I lived in New Garner housing area, which is maybe not even 10 minutes away, So went home. I remember it was a bright morning, went home and got something to eat, took a shower and just took a nap. And, I always like to take naps with the TV on. Even back then, even now, I do that. And I got on the couch and turned on AFN. And I went to sleep. This was I got off duty about 9 o'clock in the morning. So I went to sleep probably about 11 something. Laying on the couch, just sleep, trying to recover from 24-hour duty. Phone was charged, everything was ready to roll. And I woke up probably about 3 or 4 o'clock, somewhere in there in the afternoon. And my wife at the time was working at the Child Development Center in Hanau, Germany. And our daughter, who was 3 at the time, she was there as well. And so she called, she said, baby, you good? Are you good? I'm like, I'm still recovering from 24 hours of duty. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I said, why you sound so, frantic? She's like, are you watching what's going on? Are you watching what's happening? And I'm like, while talking to her, I'm like, yeah, I'm watching this movie. It's about these planes that crash into this building. I've never seen this movie before. And she's like, babe, that ain't no movie. That's the real deal. I mean, these planes are crashing to the World Trade Center, Pentagon. I mean, it was just frantic. So I'm still trying to, rationalize this whole thing. And so after talking with her, and she was like, hey, I just been informed that we're locked down, so we won't be able to come home until, they lift everything. And so I'm like frantic now. My wife then got locked down. The installations are closing. So I got off the phone with her. She's like, babe, I'll call you back. So I got off the phone with her, and probably 20 seconds later, my platoon sergeant called. He's like, dude, I'm tracking you. Just got off duty, but I want you to just stay where you at right now. Don't leave your residence until we find out more information. Just stand by. He said, but, just make sure you stand by. So I'm like, okay. So I'm still trying to, rationalize and process all this stuff, right? So I'm kind of just walking around the house, and he called probably like 10 minutes later, maybe. Was like, dude, get your A bag, your B bag, your C bag, and all that. We're ready to roll. Full uniform, full war gear, everything. We leaving tonight. So now I'm frantic, my wife had called. I said, I got to go on base, whatever. So everything was already packed already, pre-staged. So just put it in the car and everything and drove out the gate. And the Pons guards, everyone that was stationed in Germany, they had the Pons guard, which was like your contracted gate guards, your contracted security. They was like, hey, no one's leaving. I said, I got to go, man. We having 100% formation. I got to roll. So they let me go through. And by the time I got on base, wouldn't park the car. We had a huge formation. First sergeant put out the notes. Company commander put out the notes. And battalion commander came down, and all the battalion command sergeant major, there was a, hey, You guys will know it's no secret what happening. They hit the buildings, Pentagon. You guys need to be prepared. We ain't no telling when we leaving, but we're leaving. So everyone's like, oh man, what do we do? So all the first sergeants, platoon sergeants, everybody went to their meeting. So we're just sitting there like, man, what's going on? Did you see that, man? Did you call your parents, and then call your family members back in the States? So we was around watching TV, and we was watching everything. And they was like, hey, we're going to start putting people on gate guard. I remember they was trying to find a roster to put people on gate guard. They had people packing containers. And we already had a pre-staged wartime location because I was stationed, again, in Hanau, Germany. We had a wartime location during those times where we would leave and go to, that location. And so, man, we just going crazy. We thinking about like life and, what's going to happen to my kids and wife and all this stuff. And so they stopped, kind of slowed down packing containers and all that. And they was like, okay, we got the order now to pull gate guard in all the bases around Hanau. And there was a bunch of bases back then in Hanau. So we were in charge of, they put a team together, like a quick reaction force. They put all these teams together and we was, pulling gate guard. And I remember I was one of the first folks to actually go out there on the gates and pull like, I think 12, 16-hour shifts until they kind of figured everything out. But, then it was just so frantic. It's like, hey, just go on the gate, man. We'll relieve you when we relieve you, So me and the team, we went out there to the gate. And I remember like the German citizens, they were, coming up to us. They was crying. They was bringing us brochen, which is like bread, bringing us schnitzel, which is, pork, pommes frites, French fries. I mean, it was just bringing us all stuff. It was hugging us. They kissed us on our cheek. It was sorry, bringing us bottles of wine and everything. And, we got, our weapons. We was at the ready, magazines, the whole nine. We ready for it. So it was like tears running down our eyes. I was like, man, these people really have compassion for us, And then you had some of the Turkish folks. They would come by and they would give us the middle finger and, F you, F this, F America, all this all crazy stuff. And, this is how it was then. But yeah, I felt real compassion. I felt love from another countryman that wasn't from my own country and the compassion that they had. So, we was pulling gate guard, starting to get cold outside, and we pulled gate guard for a while. I can't remember how long we did it, but we pulled it in terms of months. And probably 6, 7, 8 months, maybe even a year after that, we started rotating to the different locations in Germany. And this was, I know the units in the States were doing this from all branches, but I only could talk specifically about that time in Germany. And I just remember it was such a sense of community. It was like, man, it was like, brothers and sisters, man. It was really a unique time, and a time that I really put in perspective. So I always think about that. Every September 11th, I think about being on the couch, just getting off duty, getting, woken up by my wife. She's frantic, get 100% recall formation. You going down there, you think you're leaving, you think you're going, I always remember that. And one thing I always remember a little bit after that, President Bush, who was the president at the time, I remember he had wasn't like a State of the Union address, but it was like where everyone was there. All members of Congress, both sides, everybody. And he had a speech, and at the end of the speech, everyone that was involved during that time, I remember him saying to all my armed forces, our men and women, and he paused, and he was like, get ready. And those two words were so powerful when he said, get ready. And then we know what happened then with the whole Iraq and Afghanistan and all that. But again, I just wanted to kind of just bring that kind of full circle. The actions on September 11th. Again, I just pay respect to the family members, to the survivors, to the family members that had to endure. Bless everyone that was involved. I mean, because we all had played a role, whether you was in the military, civilian, you supported in some fashion. And then, again, it was just I think at that time, in that moment, that was probably the only time where there was a sense of unity, no matter the race, the creed, the color. It didn't matter, man. Demographics, it didn't matter. It was, hey, man, how do we get this together? How do we build this thing back together? And I haven't seen that type of, camaraderie, in a while since then, sense of unity. Because even like I would call back to the States, the family and friends, they would talk about it. It's like, man, there's been people really loving each other, people just walking up to each other, hugging each other for no reason, you know. Um, it's sad that it takes a sad moment to kind of get people to kind of have some solidarity and galvanize with each other. I wish we can get back to that, but yeah, that was a unique time. September 11th, 2001. Unfortunate incidents. So thank you all for listening to the Way Back Wednesday today. I didn't want to have a somber story, but I just felt in my spirit to kind of talk about that, especially since we just had the anniversary. Um, Please continue to like and subscribe. Follow me. Instagram, big underscore MSG underscore retired. YouTube at retired Master Sergeant 20. And Facebook at big MSG 74. I appreciate everything you guys are doing for your families, for everyone. Continue to be positive, be constructive, do the right thing, laugh, smile, hug somebody, shake somebody's hand. I mean, make sure you got your mask and all that, but yeah, just try to treat everybody as best as we can, man, because we got. All right, so I definitely appreciate y'all. Uh, Thanks again. Tomorrow we'll do turnaround Thursday, and looking forward to it. So everybody have a great Wednesday. Be productive, be successful, encourage, empower each other, and everything will be good to go. All right, one love.